Hello, and welcome to this session where we're going to explore how to support transgender employees in the workplace. My name is Professor Cathy Daniels, and I run my own consultancy, writing, talking, and advising about employment law. So, what are we going to explore today? Well, we're going to start at the beginning and understand what we mean by transgender status, and we're going to look at the wording that we should use. And we're also going to look at the definition of gender reassignment in the Equality Act 2010 to understand that. So to start off by setting the context. We are going to look at the ruling from the Supreme Court in 2025 giving the definition of sex, and we're going to think about why that has caused some concerns around the support of transgender employees. And we're going to look at that from the legal perspective, but also from the practical perspective. And so what does an organisation do? We're going to look at some case law. We're going to explore harassment. And the reason that I've pulled out harassment as a particular area to explore is that there is a concern that, particularly through the definition of sex, it might give an opening to behaviour that might be seen as harassment. So we're going to explore the legal definition of this from the Equality Act 2010. And we're going to think again about some of the practical things that an employer might need to think about as a result. And finally, we're going to talk about policies and procedures that can bring together the various things that an employer might decide to do to support employees who have undergone gender reassignment or are undergoing the process. So let's start at the beginning by understanding what gender reassignment means as defined in Section 7 of the Equality Act 2010. Now, before we get into the definition, let's just understand why anything is there in Section 7 of the Equality Act 2010. And the reason is that gender reassignment is one of the protected characteristics in discrimination legislation. And what that means is it's one of the grounds on which we cannot discriminate. And it means that somebody who meets the definition of gender reassignment as defined in the Act could bring a claim of discrimination if they believe that they have suffered discrimination.